Your bill has been affected, my dear.
That I don't like Chloe anymore.
Why, you owe her some money too?
Watch it.
You owe her some money too?
It's probably $13.25 that I owe her.
So how many people do you owe?
Chloe, it shows here that you took a 13-second break, and we are administering 15 seconds. So we do owe you a little bit of overtime.
Well, you can drop that to my cash app. Or
Cody,
you know what? Better yet, Miss
Chloe, hold on for 1 second. An important message just came up.
No, I can come up there and I'll get the check in person.
Cody, thank you so much for your investment, my dear. It is very much obliged. Cody said, what did he say in the, hold on, Chloe. Cody said something. 4 tortino pizza rolls. I'll give you 1, Chloe.
I don't want they were moldy because you didn't pay their electric bill. They were moldy. They molded in the freezer. You don't got money to pay your electric bill because you can't pay me, so I can pay mine.
I know the members of the FDA, dear, and actually mold is not.
What the FDA got to?
You're complaining about mold.
I'm complaining because I ain't getting my check, and I'm about to come up there to your Malibu house and get my money.
If you come to my my residence, my dear, you will
I still
not
got the
be let
key.
in.
I still got the key.
We change the locks every 3 days.
No, I know Jose, your gardener, he gonna let me in because you owe him money too.
Chloe, what we're gonna do is send you a $5 CVS gift card in making up of the $13. We're gonna have that deposited in your account in the next 6 to 8 years. All right? Hello? Hello, everyone. I'm Boss and CEO. Maya W. Thank you so much for your investment. You said add me next. Oh, you're waiting, Maya. Oh, here she is.
Hello?
Maya, thank you so much for your Cash App investment. It is very much obliged, my dear.
Yes, I have a concern. I applied for this job almost 12 weeks ago, and when I called a representative, they cussed me out. I have a recording of what they said.
The reason why they curse you out, my dear Maya, is because it doesn't make any sense for you to be an investor and then turn around to ask for an application. We here at Boston CEO Establishments and LLCs, we like clients that that's not lukewarm. You either know what you want. So it's either you want to become part of the board or you want to work for me. Which one is it?
But do you this is one of your representatives. I have a recording of what they said to me.
Hello.
Oh, fuck you and get the fuck out my motherfucking phone. We don't got shit to talk about.
That sounds about right.
No, it doesn't. So I would like my investment back because that's not what I represent. And I do not represent getting cussed out like that. Here's the rest of the recording.
I was almost talking about your fat ass booty, bitch. Now I'm getting disrespectful. I done told you to stop calling this motherfucking number home. We don't got shit to talk about.
We're sending that investment back to you, my dear Maya. But also, I wanted to know, Gabriel, thank you so much for your large investment. It is very much obliged.
I was just kidding. You don't have to send it back, but I'm still mad about that representative.
No, we're going to make sure you get every dollar that you ask for, my dear. And if you want that investment back because of my policies and companies' conditions does not agree with you, you deserve to invest into the right company. Maybe Burger King. Because there, you can have it your way.
Okay.
Maya?
Thank you.
Are you there? Are you there, Maya? Oh, she's gone. Katie, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. Yeah, Gabriel, thank you so much again for your investment, my dear. Hello?
You want to do a
Hello?
battle?
I'm sorry?
You want to do a battle?
Well, you probably will win. I'm a woman. I don't fight men. That will be abuse.
I don't think we're on the same page. Wait. First of all, you look like a presidential candidate. Are you in politics?
I know Michelle Obama personally.
Flex? Flex on him? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Wow. Where do you live?
I'm international because I've owned many of establishments internationally. When I'm asked that question, I do let people know that I live all over. I'm international.
Hey. I see.
I don't know what's going on, but it's not accepting it.
Oh, okay. What? Interesting. Interesting.
So what's going on here?
I don't know. What's your thoughts on
Is it working on your end?
What's your thoughts on rats?
Oh, you have rats?
No. What are your thoughts on them? You like rats?
Oh no, I'm an esteemed woman, my dear, and me being a businesswoman, I do refrain from the rats and things of that nature. I'm on this TikTok app giving people the opportunity to walk away with a job today. That's my reason of being on this app here.
Okay. Okay, I see. So
what is your name? If you don't mind? What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm not calling from anywhere, but I'm from Oklahoma.
You're in Oklahoma. Are you just getting off work?
Well, I live in Hawaii now, so I'm on lunch break.
I own establishments there in Hawaii. I just opened up I just opened up 2 businesses. Was it 2 days ago? I just left there today from Hawaii, and I'm going to Uganda later on this evening. My private jet is being warmed up for me right now.
Oh,
but
you're just taking one private jet?
Oh, you didn't know?
I'm filling up both my private jets. One for me, and then one for my luggage.
You look ravishing, boss NC. Thank you, Sean. It is obliged. Thank you. Trump, I don't see you. Where you are, Trump? Where are you? All right, everyone, I'm adding a random guest, and their name is Faith. So let's see. Oh, my Lord. One second, everyone. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're restarting the live, everyone. Just give it a moment.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're both business women. We're both business women. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hold on. Cheers.
I think I'm going to put on place in the notes not to answer your phone calls anymore.
Why?
Because there's a decorum on this app here that I try to keep. And I have many businessmen watching and businesswomen watching, and I must keep this live professional and very ethical.
But when we're talking about, you know, I think it's a really big business move when you talk about wire hangers because, you know, you don't want to be kept with a baby in tow.
No, I just know about the wire hangers from for hiring so many people of poverty, and they will tell me that they caught this on TV. And me, being a Boston CEO, being so shocked that these people of poverty are able to afford television and be able to afford the luxury and the time to sit back and watch it. Really just.
Yeah. Well, speaking of television, let me show you this news report. Okay, hold on. Are you watching?
Yeah, I'm watching. Breaking news.
Pardon? Yeah, breaking news.
Everyone, we're looking at the breaking exclusive news from Trump right now.
Good afternoon. This is WRAT. It is Saturday, December 9th, 2023. I am the news reporter, Ms. Pussytwat, with this breaking news. Boston CEO fell victim to a cyber attack last night during one of her recruitment live streams. There have been numerous suspects, but many people believe it to be the work of Rat Girl and her employees. Now, I don't know about you, but isn't it time that the authorities got a hold of Rat Girl and made her pay for her crimes of harassment? And make her pay.
What is happening?
I'm sorry. There seems to be some technical difficulties with the show right now.
Oh! What is going on?
You need to call Mint Mobile immediately and speak to a customer.
What the hell? Loose pussy bitch! Oh my god.
Is that the news showing that, or was that on your laptop?
I think there was a cyber attack on my laptop.
Everyone, if you are on a non-high brand device and you're typing my name in, you're looking up for me, it's going to cause your, for instance, if you're on a cheap laptop, it's going to cause your laptop dial-up. Your laptop will not be able to hold the data of researching me. All right. You must be on a high quality device, and your service streaming must be superb when you research me. For instance, once you go to Google and you put in boss and CEO, you must be on the immaculate data plan in order to get the information that you're researching for. So I want everyone to be aware of that. Also, I'm going to refresh because we do have a lot of new people who is joining the elite of Boss and CEO LLC establishments. And a lot of you do not know who I am. I am Boss and CEO. Sarah, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. Loving the blue under the eye. Thank you, Sarah. It is obliged. Also, what was I saying? Thank you, Sarah. I just totally forgot. But thank you for the investment, my dear. I'll just answer the next call. Carol, thank you so much for your TikTok hearts. Everyone that's gifting, all of you investors, it is obliged. You all, and where you're specifically calling from, honey.
Okay. Okay, everyone. My name is Sadie. I am calling from Florida. Sadie.
Sadie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why did your mother name you something like that?
Oh, I don't know. See, the thing is, I was born to work at your company. You know, that was just my lifestyle. But yesterday I did find out that an employee of yours was paying people $6.15. And I was confused because I want my raise. Okay. I worked while my mom was in the hospital and I'm not getting my raise. Okay. So, hold on.
Let me interrupt you. You heard that saying, curiosity does kill the cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you heard about that. Well, I'm going to let you in on something. All right? What's for someone else is for that person. We shouldn't look for it to come to us. You know what I mean, Sadie?
Well, let me tell you something. If I don't get my raise, I'm finna go over there and you finna see some real hands. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I done worked my ass off while all this stuff was happening in COVID. I was still working over there. My mama got sick, everything. Okay? So you need to...
Don't you dare sit comfortable in that Section 8 property that you're sitting in. And because it's the first of the month and your bills has been paid, you can just say what you want to me. I'm a Boston CEO, dear.
Okay, you know what I am? I'm the bitch that's about to beat your ass. So come outside. Come outside right now.
I will
come outside because I might live in Section 8, but I'm outside your house right now. So what's good?
I will call a caseworker at Section 8, and you will be speaking to a caseworker immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Don't act shocked. Don't act shocked. Now, because you should have knew what you were doing before you submitted a live request to come in here. You know the powerful woman I am. Now, because of that, your EBT will be affected as well.
Listen, let me tell you something. Before I head off...
Jeannie, thank you so much for your investment, my dear. It is very much obliged. I have investors watching, Sadie.
Oh, and let me tell you something for your investors, okay? When I become the boss and CEO I know I am, I will take you and your company down.
You just wasted our time with that whole... Did she just hang up on me? Samantha, call her back. Josh Nichols, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged.
Hey, I have something for you. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just took me a moment from my cell phone device. I'm on the Apple to really connect your Motorola.
You're so much faster than me.
Well, I'm Boston City.
So, in case your Wi-Fi acts up again, I'm gonna go ahead and send you this for your Wi-Fi.
Is that a can of WD-40?
Yes.
Why would I use that towards my Wi-Fi? I'm trying to understand.
Well, to fix that Wi-Fi router that you got from Spirit Halloween, it's probably a little janky.
Uh-huh. Well, Kevin, I don't need that. I have top-tier service, a service provider who gives me wonderful Wi-Fi phone connection. It's the phone that we're on, that I was on. That's why I'm on the 18, and they're having some little difficulties. It's a new protocol.
They haven't re-uploaded your Snap card yet. It's out of money.
What is a Snap card? Asia Simone, thank you so much for your investment.
Nobody likes a liar.
That is better, Kevin. That is better. Make sure we keep
Okay.
that tone if we can while we're conversing back and forth between you and
Yes.
I.
Yeah, my bad. I screwed up on that. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that.
It's totally understandable, you person of poverty. Kevin, can you please stop doing that?
It's good talking to you, boss.
Nice talking to you as well, Kevin. Luke, thank you so much for your Cash App investment, my dear. It is very much obliged.
Boss and CEO, hi ma'am.
Hello, dear. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
I'm wonderful. Is there any way that we could raise your volume or something?
My volume.
I'm sorry?
Is this better, ma'am?
No. What are you on? Are you on the government Obama phone or something?
No, I'm actually on an iPhone, something you can afford.
This is ridiculous. Hold on, honey. Look, people, if you're on cheap phone devices, it's not going to establish a good connection. My dear, please establish a better service provider and then download the TikTok app. Make your account and submit another request, and please do that. Unfortunately, I'm not tolerating the bad connections because I already have one going on with the other device. I'm not tolerating it on this one, unfortunately. I think what's going on is if you have a bad device and I have a good one, but we come in contact, it will be like a virus given to my phone. And I'm trying my best to my phone. And I'm trying my best prop.
Hello, boss.
Yes, Gabe, what do you want?
Oh, I need to show you something real quick.
You should have been did that, Gabe. How dare you call me
Shut
and
up.
knowing that you should have been did
Okay.
that a long time
So
ago.
we're gonna watch the news. Shut up.
Did you just tell me to shut up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, because your bills will be affected, Gabe.
All new Tundra.
Just wait. We're gonna watch Sorry the Ads, you know.
Sally sold seashells by the
Just wait.
seashore. But her seashells didn't.
Was that your school bus?
What is that?
School bus or something?
No. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No!
No, you're covering the situation
No!
closely.
No! No! Oh my God! We're gonna die, boss.
Normal programming has been interrupted at the request of the U.S. government.
Look!
Everyone receiving this broadcast should pay close attention. The information contained in this broadcast
Oh
is
my
vital to
God.
your safety.
Oh my
Please
God!
stand by.
Oh. Boss!
Hey, boss.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my dear.
Thank you. I'm on my Mint Mobile. Thanks to
I'm
you.
sorry, I cannot talk with you. You're a Mint Mobile.
Bitch.
Did he just call me a name?
Hi, boss. Oh,
Blaze, I just got off the phone with you.
I know, but it was a bit messed up. I'm really glad that you decided.
Wasn't it?
No, I'm really glad you decided to get off for a second and pay your Mint Mobile bill so we can have this conversation.
Oh, is that what you think I did?
Absolutely.
Oh, Blaze, only you.
What the hell is like a mobile? Y'all are in a different level of poverty. And I'm dead serious. Now, I've been noticing something in some of your live streams that's just really been on my mind.
Oh, well,
you
Blaze,
know,
trouble you, whatever you do. Asia, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged.
Thank you so much for your investment. It's very much obliged. So with some of your live streams, you know, I've always been under the assumption that your backgrounds are 100% real. You know, like that is your mansion. But
well, this is my office place. You know that this is one of my many of offices here in the United States, right?
Your many of offices, but I just get thrown out of the fantasy when the table is cutting in and you could see the table that's in the background on your waist. And then also if you look around the edges of your hair, I see it's cutting out right now. And that's really just throwing me off.
Well, Blaze, it's because we've established I'm on the iPhone 18. And because of the quality of phone that it provides, members of yourself, like yourself, that's on cheaper devices, the quality is given. So like the data that is that's on my phone is not compatible with your cheaper device. So therefore, it's leading to what you see, the background or the quality. But also, this my desk is hydraulic. For days when I come into the office and I'm feeling low, my desk is already right there with me. There's days I come into the office and I feel extremely grateful and happy, and my desk is at an all-time high for me. And sometimes I pull up a high chair.
I see Sprint Mobile in the chat. I know you guys have a really close partnership, considering that you Sprint Mobile, SPRINT.
I don't have a partnership with Sprint, Blaze.
That's really interesting because I actually did call the CEO of Apple himself, and he had let me know that this woman does not have the iPhone 18 and that they had no clue what they were talking about. They actually said that you're on the iPhone 5. They said you're on the iPhone 5 on the Sprint mobile network and you're on 3G, babes. That's why your quality was so bad in the other live.
No, Blaze, you have a creative mind. Thank you so much for reaching out to the owner of Apple on my behalf. But I do apologize. That information that you seeked out was not correct. But no, I do know the owner of Apple personally, and you probably spoke to an imposter.
I spoke to an imposter. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's trying to be like us high-powered people. I see many imposters of Oprah. Yeah.
You know, you love talking about the imposter, you know, the imposters of yourself, the imposters of, as of right now, Apple. But in my own humble opinion, I think you might be the imposter, dear. I think there's a real boss and CEO out there who is looking at your lives.
That food that you purchased with your EBT card to really go to your head. I really want to.
I stole your EBT card to make that purchase, dear.
Oh, well, the balance should be unlimited.
The balance was $2. You were running it through.
So
I
just
looked
to
at the card.
clarify,
There were scrapes on the card. The card
just
was
to
worn.
clarify, that is your card, Blaze, not mine. I make too much money to even apply for food stamp. They would never approve me. Never.
Well, food stamps did have to give you an unlimited
Jake, thank you so
supply.
much for your investment. It is very,
Very much
obliged.
obliged. They actually, I contacted food stamps, and they did say that they do give you an unlimited budget just because your income is so low. They said they've never seen an income that low before, and they were terrified. They were worried about how someone's income can be that extremely low. Like, they've never seen a number that low before. They said it's never been done in
The
humankind.
documents that was presented in front of them for them to make that determination was your information, Blaze.
Oh no, dear. Credit score 800. Credit score 800.
Oh, real? So you're...
Oh wait, hold on. I'm getting an investor.
That.
I'm getting an investor.
You're actually going
I'm
up
getting
and
an
going to
investor.
place, but try to get a credit score of Boston CEO level. Our credit scores are in the millions. You are still you are at the 800 mark, and you still have a way to go. But I don't want you to ever give up.
Can I thank my investor now? Rat Girl, thank you so much for your investment. It's very much obliged. Kaden, thank you so much for your investment, dear. It's very much obliged.
Investors, what
Danny,
happened
thank
to
you for the
guys
hat
on
and
my
mustache. It's very much obliged. Janet, thank you so much for your investment, dear. It's very much obliged.
I have a son who invested
Axel,
over
thank
here.
you so much for the roses. It is very much obliged. Keith, thank you so much for the roses, dear. It's very much obliged.
Please make up your mind, Keith, if you want to send it to Blaze or me. Which one?
Angel, thank you so much for the roses, dear. It's very much
I have
obliged.
an Angel on my team as well that has an investor. Angel, make up your mind, my dear, please. Gabe, thank you so much for your investment, Gabe. It is very much obliged. What did he say here?
What did he say?
Haywood, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged.
I think we need to go back to Gabe. What did Gabe say?
I have to go to Las Vegas. Kaywood is my good
you have
friend.
to go to Las Vegas now.
What about Gabe?
What did he say? You said Gabe said, and then you didn't say anything.
Hold on. Because of all the investors, it get lost sometimes, Blaze.
Rat, thank you so much for the roses, dear. It's very much obliged.
Is it? Blaze said for business opportunity. I'm sorry. Gabe said for business opportunities. That's why he took the investment, and it's obliged.
Oh, Lexi, thank you so much for your investment, dear. It's very much obliged.
Blaze, I'm gonna block you.
I think you should.
Everyone, this is Al Bohr.
Oh, wow. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Al Bohr, how are you doing today?
Very marvelous. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking about the get ready and leave this.
I just want to say those pearls look very lovely around your skinny little neck.
Well, because of you, Elbor, I'm able to make sure they stay clean. Thank you so much for your investment. It's been very
You're
much
welcome. It's very much obliged on my end to know that your pearls are lasting longer than you thought with my investment.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
can barely hear you. Are you in a private jet or something?
Hello?
I can barely hear. Yeah.
No, I'm visiting my investments out in... What the fuck is that shit called? I'm sorry. I don't even know. I'm high as fuck right now.
Be careful.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you so
There
much
must
for
be a
asking.
glitch in the system because I can't go live. So how the fuck did I end up here?
Well, I asked for you to come live because you are one of my top investors, and we're having a board meeting this week, and we want you to be present. So we need you to take some time out to come out to this investment board meeting and use some of your ideas, Elbor.
Oh, well, I have some business out in Guatemala with the Mexicans. So after that, I'll be very much obliged to come back.
When do you plan on getting done with this business? Because we need you now.
I would say 6 to 7 business years. Immigration is very, let's just say they're very on my ass. Hello?
You said immigration?
Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
You said immigration. They're on your ass. Is that what you said?
Yes, very much.
So you are a boss, and so you don't know the people of immigration to have your perks?
I am a boss and CEO of ICE.
Right. So I know the members of ICE. So if you need any leadway,
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, no wonder everybody's been wearing blue.
Well, it's a signature blue. This is the corporate and the uniform that ISIS go by as well. Yeah. I have some members of ISIS who works for me as well for $6.11, Elbor.
Oh, I know very much. Over here, your 611 very much goes a long way in the Mexicans, you know. They get paid a lot more than the Americans.
Yeah. And one thing about the Americans, they're very greedy. They're very greedy. Sasha, thank you so much.
Very greedy, especially with their land. Did you see what they did with Mexico?
1 second, Elbor. Sasha, I'm unable to take your investment, my dear. Your last name is too ghetto. Let's make sure we send it. All right, Sasha. Your investment is back. Is very much obliged. Go ahead, Elbor.
Okay, thank you very much. I thought I was on hold for a long time. So, let's get into something that I've been wanting to talk to you about.
I can barely hear you, Elbor. It's like you're in and
Hello?
out. Call me back, Elbor, because your thing is circling around. Quote the error. Thank you so much for your gifts. It's very much obliged. Ryan, BBJ Reels, thank you so much for your... Wow, thank you so much for almost the 300 roses. It's very much obliged. Trop, I tried to answer yours. It's not working. Fix your internet service.
Hey, I just something really you actually at a drive. I was wondering if you want this issue.
No, that's not me.
This is found footage. Viewer sent it in, and we're going to run an article, so I wanted to let you know first if you had any comments.
Oh.
Do you have anything to comment on this?
I'm speechless, my dear. I'm speechless. BJ Reels, thank
So are you going to own up to the fact that you work in a
gifts. They're very much obliged.
So
Lauren,
this is confirmation, right? This
Lauren,
is you
what is I'm looking
confirming.
at, honey?
This is footage a viewer sent in. They went to McDonald's and you were at the window giving them their order.
No, that looks like a relative of yours. That's not me. You got some black in your family.
I gotta go.
Judith, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged.
You stink.
Romeo, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. So you said
hello.
I gave you your moment to speak, but now that Romeo's done an investment, you want to talk to me? Hold on for one moment, Cameron. Romeo said, so when are you gonna let me? Cameron, is that your name?
Yes.
Hi, Cameron. How are you doing today?
I just heard that you've been fired from Walmart. What do you comment on those allegations? That was an open-ended question.
You said I worked at Walmart?
Yeah, it says you work in the services department.
I'm sorry, dear. Cameron, I don't think you know who I am. I don't work, dear. I employ the people. Well, did you work for me or not? Because we were talking about Walmart. I'm so confused. I'm Cameron.
I've worked for you for the past 17 years.
All right, so why would you come on here and state that I was working at Walmart when you was working for me?
I was working for you, but you were working at Walmart on the side.
There's no way I could pay someone like yourself on a Walmart income. There's no way. Now, if I was working for $6.11, maybe I could hire a personal assistant like yourself. But there's no way on Walmart's budget I'll be able to hire someone to work for me while working for Walmart. Matthew,
You tell me.
thank you so much for your investment. Oh, Jesse, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much to oblige, everyone. Cameron, is that all you wanted?
Put it out. Quit Walmart. Wait, you got fired.
Cameron, you're lying to everyone. I'm gonna move on to the next person. Everyone, do not believe him. I never worked at Walmart.
Oh my gosh, listen, I am just overwhelmed right now. I spoke with you about a month ago about the ramp. Do you remember that? And
about what?
The ramp. Remember I needed a ramp to get into the facilities?
Oh, you're a person of disabilities.
That's right. And anyway, remember I came on here and I requested for a ramp. And I see that you guys made a ramp, and I appreciate it so very much. Now, here's the thing. The ramp goes up for the first couple of steps, but do you realize that there are 2 more steps to get into the facilities?
No.
So how the heck am I supposed to get up to work for my $6.11 if I can't even get in the daggone facilities?
How many steps does it take you up?
Oh, well, you guys did a first initial one with 3 steps, and then there's 2 more. I think you guys forgot about it. Now, Boston CEO, come on now.
3 steps off of your back, so you don't have to worry about getting inside of the facility, going up all of those stairs. And we left you with 2 steps. We want to see your willpower, honey. We want to see your enthusiasm, and that's why we left 2 steps for you to climb. You person with disability.
Let me tell you something. All right. I love this job, but I cannot perform properly if you guys will not make it accessible. So I think I'm just going to have to go to someone, the disability.
I'm a Boston CEO, and my 2 legs are already going through enough.
Well, here's the problem. All right. Here's the problem. I don't have both my arms either.
Oh, you're just going through it. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to send you some holy water, and I want to sip. So when it comes to you, make sure you send it to my office, because God bless you, honey. You need to be on faith at this point.
All right. I'll be waiting for that holy water. All right.
All right. Joel Osteen's going to send you some.
Make sure that he blesses it personally. I need
He doesn't have time to personally bless it. He have a team of people that, it's a whole story right there. But
listen,
we'll do that.
listen, I need his white Jesus hands on that oil.
You what?
I need his white Jesus hands on that oil.
Well, he drinks it, gargles it, and spits it back in the tubes and lay it on the foreheads of you people.
You people?
Aren't you a person of property?
I mean, yes, but dang it, you ain't got to call me that.
Well, that's the most politest and most professional and ethic way that we could say poor.
You know what? I'm about sick of this. Now, listen, you just go ahead and get Joel Osteen to bless the holy water. Send it to me, okay, so that I can grow my arms and legs, and maybe I can get to work, okay? Okay.
I just stated to you that he drinks it, gargles it, spits it back in the tube, and he places it on the phone. Jesse, thank you so much for your Cash App investment. It is very much obliged.
I don't care
and he
if
places it on the foreheads of people like yourself.
I don't care if he puts his pinky toe in it, okay? I just need you to send it to me so I can get to work, all right?
All right, my dear. It will be on the last step waiting for you.
Okay, don't forget now. And listen, I got something special for you, okay? Because I'm an artist. I'm going to do a painting for you as well with no arms, no legs. So you make sure you watch my
My dear, no thank you, no need. I stopped by a preschool earlier today, was doing some volunteer work for the community. And they all drew me beautiful artwork. No need. Susan, thank you so much for your Cash App investment. It is very much obliged. Oh, Jay, thank you so much for you said, did I do something wrong? Oh, Jay Royalty, of course not, my dear. So, a Cash App investment and said, open the app. Thank you so much for your investment, my dear. It is very much obliged. Jay, I just tried to answer your call. You must be on a low service provider, honey. Jesse, you're showing out, honey. Thank you again for your Cash App investment, my dear. It is very much obliged. Jasmine, thank you so much for your roses. They're very much obliged.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Is your name Birkin?
Yes.
Let's be for real, honey. Your name that you can never afford. Please, everyone, let's be for real here. I'm not answering calls from people that's not able to afford the things that they're named. If your name is Birkin, but you don't have one, please refrain from having that as your name. Hello?
Hello?
Did you just open up the mail and find an EBT card in there with your name on it?
Yes, I did. I also heard that you had job applications here. I was wondering if I could
of poverty who just won great news, and I'm so happy that you got approved. I hope you enjoy your food stamps and buy whatever it is that's going to be nutritious toward you and your soul.
You want to hear it right now?
Hear what? Elmore, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. I'll answer your calls.
Much obliged.
Yeah. So, what is your name? Shade or Sade?
If you want to get the fuck away from my phone. God, this is so fucking true.
Are you on a payphone or something, honey?
No.
All right. Well, I'm boss and
CEO. In my household.
All right. I'm boss and CEO. And what is the purpose of you submitting our requests?
I just wanted to apply for a job application.
Tell everyone your name and where you're calling from, honey.
I'm Shade and I'm calling from somewhere that isn't poor.
So, hold on. You say you're calling from somewhere that's not poor?
Yeah.
So why are you looking for a job or something? Is your parents rich or something?
They're kind of rich. They just, they need help.
So you're a rich, privileged child, and they're trying to make you work to teach you quality skills, huh? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What is your parents' name? Most likely I know who they are.
I'm sorry. Which one? Which one do you prefer?
Your parents.
Both, right?
Parents. Carly Elizabeth, thank you so much for your investment, my dear. It is very much obliged.
Her name is, my mother's name is, Marilyn. My father's name is, George.
Clooney or Jefferson?
Jefferson.
Monroe for the Maryland?
Yeah.
I know Nicki Minaj personally, and Nicki and Marilyn had a very close relationship over the years.
Oh, that's cute. I never knew that.
Well, now you know because you're talking to someone of my status. And we people like Marilyn Monroe, like your mother that you have stated, we have high statuses that we link with other high-power people. And we make close connections with one another. And this is the goal. All right, so what we have is 3 questions for you.
All right.
Brayton, thank you so much for your Cash App investment towards my many establishments and LLCs internationally around the world. It is very much obliged. So I'm going to take you through a questionnaire, and we're going to look towards our comments. Our HR is in the comments, and they make the determination of whether we will hire you, child of Marilyn Monroe. All right?
All right.
All right. Let's get ready with these questions. First question. I love this here. What is one thing that you disliked about your last job? Well, you never worked.
No, I have not worked.
We'll do another question.
All right.
What color is money? That's the first question.
What color is money?
Yes.
The color of money. Wouldn't it just be the color of money because it's money?
What color was that?
Green.
Perfect. Second question. If you could choose one song to play every time you walk in a room, what would you choose and why?
Hold on.
Lance, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. Hi, boss and CEO. Hello, Lance. Bar, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged.
I would say GUI by Lady Gaga because I grew up on her music.
All right.
I don't know when. I think it was either 3 to 5 is where I grew up on her music.
I like paparazzi. Paparazzi.
Baby is a word, the superstar, you know that I'll be. Paparazzi.
Yeah, that's a wonderful song, Lady Gaga. I've seen her rehearse that many of times while I was sitting on my foyer, and I will see her at her mansion just practicing and yelling at her workers. She's a wonderful neighbor. One more question before we make our decision on whether we're going to bring you aboard.
Mm-hmm.
What actor would play you in a movie about your life?
I mean, if we're talking about Hollywood, and we're talking about
Kaya, thank you so much for your TikTok
big movies. Chris Pratt, I don't know, because he's normally
Chris who?
Chris Pratt, because he's normally in all those big ass movies.
Who?
Chris Pratt. I don't know.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Never heard of that person before. So because of that, we're going to do one more question. We need a good one here, okay? So, Sade, buckle down. Get your mental together. Take a psychiatric medication or something real quick. And let's get ready for this last question. Are you ready?
All right.
All right. If you found $6.11 on the ground, what business would you start?
What business would I start? I guess I would start like a clothes store.
Really? So what type of clients would you be interested in to sell to?
Anyone and everyone. I mean,
everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a wonder. I love that you want to give back. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, so Sade, turn to the comments. HR, we need you to come through. Let's help me make the decision on whether we're hiring or firing this candidate. Look at the comments. No, fire, no. I'm sorry, HR is not feeling you, Sade, unfortunately. But maybe if you get a little bit more experience, and let me talk to your mother, Marilyn, and see what she says, all right?
All right.
All right.
Well, it was lovely meeting you and everybody in this, everybody here. It was lovely meeting you, and it was very much obliged.
Very much obliged. All right, we have another person calling. El Bor, where you are? Where's El Bor? All right, Elbor, I'm looking for you, Elbor. Hold on, honey. Oh. Your Cash App investment. Like a robot.
I sound like a robot?
Oh, you sound better now.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was going through traffic. How are you?
Oh, it's obliged. It's obliged.
Well, I just wanted to call because I had some pressing matters over here all the way from Mexico. Were you aware that your employees are receiving a pay of 105 pesos per hour instead of their 611?
Right. What about it?
Oh, you don't care?
Oh, you thought that I
You're
did?
You're losing money, man.
Who's losing money?
You are.
So I'm trying to figure out what was the question, Elbor.
That was the question.
So it was a statement that you were making?
Yes.
All right. Well, long as the employee of mine is satisfied with that I'm giving them, are you here to vouch for these employees for a raise, or are you agreeing with me that what I'm currently giving them now?
No, my investments were the return of your money that you lost.
So you were investing for these people to get a raise?
No. Are you not listening?
I can barely hear you, honey.
Hello?
Elbor, are you washing dishes while talking to me? I really think something is going on with Elbor's connection, probably because he's international right now.
Hello?
Yeah, you called me, dear. That's why I didn't say anything at first, and I let the awkward air just sit there between us two. But, hello?
I love some.
Oh, another person on Mint Mobile. Don't act shocked, my dear. Don't act shocked. All newcomers, please be aware that if you're on Mint Mobile, I will not be able to establish a secure connection with you. Oh, Lord.
Hello, buttons.
Thank you very much, Obliged.
You're welcome. Okay, so I wanted to say I love your pearls.
Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you. But, they're all organic and real pearls. Yes.
Okay, Buttons. What do you say? But I have a question. So you fought your mother, even though she did nothing wrong. And I have a question. Why? Because after my check, you pay her $6.11, and you're asking people for money to pay your other employees. And so you can't pay
you say that
pay your employees minimum wage. Yes, you are, because by the looks of
my dear, if anything, you should be asking people for money for the service that you're on.
Say your eyebrows, because okay. Well, if I can recall, your service was affected.
My dear, it's most likely your service that's affected. Therefore, I'm ending the call and moving on. Matt, Wyatt, thank you so much for your TikTok gifts. They're very much obliged. Eunice, thank you so much for the roses. It's very much obliged. Birkin, let me call her back. Because she's your gift, I'm sending your gift and you're an investor. I will talk to you now, Birkin.
Hello? Hello?
Thank you so much for your TikTok gifts, my dear. It is very much obliged.
I did not appreciate that, Boston CEO. I did not appreciate it. I didn't appreciate that.
Didn't appreciate what, dear?
You hung up on me the first time.
I thought you was a person of poverty.
You're a person of poverty.
Birkin, goodbye. Birkin, your bills will be affected immediately. Let me call her back. Who does she think she is? Zaya, thank you so much for your investment, my dear. It is very much obliged.
Oh my god. Oh, hello?
Don't act shocked, dear. Do not act
Okay, I will not act sure. Okay, I'm
Boston,
gonna turn on my camera. Hello?
I'm sorry?
Hello? Can you see me?
All right, this is about the fifth hello I just said with you here. Are you on Metro PCS?
I am not on Metro PCS.
All right, what are you on?
I'm actually in like the foyer. But I actually have some concerns. I got hate crimed on the job. Tell me why one of your employees actually decided to hate crime me because it was one of your employees
it's
hate
not
crimed
one of
me.
my employees, it's one of your coworkers, dear.
I work for you.
Right, so it's one of the coworkers.
That you employed.
Right, but you were saying like you work for another establishment or you're like an independent contractor of mine that I hired. But since you're all on the same level, it's your coworker.
Okay. I just wanted to express my concerns of discrimination on the job.
So you have
I got injured on the job, but I was said that I was not going to receive pay while being hospitalized.
Well, no, you will not be paid, my dear, because while you was in the hospital, you was not working. So why would we pay you?
I don't know. I think I'm going to quit.
Right. So until you know and come up with a reason of why we should pay you, I'm going to turn to my lawyer friend and make sure that when you do come up with a reason, we can turn it down.
I just don't think it's fair that I got hate crimed on 9/11 because I'm Muslim and like I don't get anything out of that except like not being able to pay rent. Like it just I don't know, it feels like no one cares, but
we do care, my dear. We care, and we have taken notice that today is 9/11. We have taken Carly Elizabeth. Thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. We do take everything into consideration, my dear. We do, and especially the day of 9/11.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Keep your head up and don't lose faith.
Okay. All right. Bye.
It's been very much obliged.
For just 67 cents, you another month watching Obliging Boss goes 24. Visit Oblige Daddy's. Pay now.
Support team, what's going on? Hello, support team. Judith Gamer, thank you so much for your investment. It's very much obliged. Support team, I don't understand what's going on here. Hello? Wyatt, thank you so much for the money, God. Hello?
Hey, so I just want to know, am I getting paid from last week?
Are you an independent contractor that I hired last week?
Yeah, I was hired to skills the roof yesterday.
Yes. We have your check coming out to you momentarily. We do appreciate the work that you have done, but
No, I got an email saying that you no longer want the contract anymore.
Yeah, we did. We found someone cheaper to go to do business with, sir. Unfortunately, that's why we had you to stop the work that you were doing once you did come to the.
We already put down the satellite panels on the building for the Metro PCS that you bought.
No, it's supposed. That's the reason that we did not carry service with you, because we want Verizon, not Metro.
All right. So when is the check is going to hit? That's what I want to know.
Your $6.11 will be to you in the next 6 to 8 years. We're still we have
$6. Whoa. The contract said if the panel was installed and on my people left the building, you was going to assign $10,000.
$10,000.
That's right, boss and CEO. I'm talking to, right?
Maybe if I had at least about 10,000 workers, I will be able to do that. But no, I never made a promise like that. Do you have it documented?
I do.
Where is it? If you don't mind, can you come on camera and show everyone, please?
Just give me 1 second.
Oh no, everyone, we lost him. I guess it's because of his phone service or whatever, but we lost him. Oh no. Call me back. I'm going to do my due diligence to answer your call back, sir. Kelmet Brights, thank you so much for your TikTok gifts. It's very much obliged. Kevin, thank you so much for your gifts. It is obliged. Oh no, call me back. Just Migro, thank you so much for your gifts. It's very much obliged.
She doesn't. Why is her face like that?
Thank you so much for the cowboy hat. It is very much obliged. Oh, look, Noah's in here. I don't know if this is Noah's art, but the person's name is Noah.
Hello.
Hi, Noah.
Yes, you remember me, boss?
Oh, well, I know so many people. I just can't remember one person at a time. But your name is Noah.
Right, I can never forget you. I love your silk press. It looks really cute.
Oh, this is my natural hair, but thank you, my dear. Thank you.
No, I'm saying it's a silk press. I know it's your natural hair, but it looks cute.
What's a silk press?
Like when you comb it, like when you hot iron it and comb it, so like it's not tangled up like it usually was the last live.
My hair is like silk because when I run my fingers through it, it's soft and luxurious like silk. It does remind me that. I'm going to use that reference. You people in the hood says silk press. Is that what it's called?
You people in the hood. Boston CEO, I can afford.
Oh, you can? So you shop at Whole Foods and Publix?
No, actually, I go to Aldi's.
Oh, I would never shop at Aldi's. I saw some people with poverty in there. Yeah.
Well, we had this conversation last time. I have to dress poor, in order to blend in. It is very refreshing, and it is very much obliged when I get to fit in with the poor people for like one day.
So, why are you putting yourself in these dangerous positions when you're a person of a certain status?
What do you mean? I'm literally just having a refreshing day because I just can't do with Gucci and Louis Vuitton all day. Like, what if I want a handbag made out of silk instead of gold or leather?
Or what if you just want a bologna sandwich purchased by EBT? I know the taste is different, so I do understand. I do.
I don't have EBT.
I already know because you're not a person of poverty. But there's sometimes, as a person that's of a certain status, I know that there's sometimes, Lance, thank you so much for your investment. It is very much obliged. I know a person of your status, you get a craving every now and again for something what people of poverty is enduring regularly. Yeah, so I definitely understand. But I have security when I deal with people of poverty because you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolate when you go to the hood.
Yeah, you know, I have an idea. They should make EBT except for hygiene products. Instead of you can buy food with it, you could buy hygiene products. Maybe it can come into great.
The food stamp card is called EBT, so what should we call the heart hygiene card? Help me, Noah.
We should call it the CEO card. Named after you.
Noah card, how about that?
Oh, actually, it wouldn't.
We'll call it the Noah card. How about that, Noah? We'll call it the Noah card.
Wait,
and if I have to get to another target, Noah, I'm going to have my security beat you with a chair. I don't want to hear it, Noah. Everyone, that concludes this live. I'm going to go ahead and Jake, thank you so much for your investment. All right, Jake, hold on. All right, so we're going to do this before I go to my next office. I'm going to go live there, don't worry.
Hello.
Hello, boss and CEO here. How are you doing today?
Very good. So I went to walk into the office today, and when I went to the front desk, and one of your workers fat shamed me. They called me a fat pig. It's like very sad.
How much do you weigh, dear?
500 pounds.
You would be considered just that. You are. I love that we have people that's able to wake people up like yourself and give you guys the recognition that you guys do deserve.
Yeah. I'm about to cry. It's just very rude and.
My dear, are you hungry? I can't do her laugh. Just her laugh for me.